You're watching a live edition of Dialogue. Our topic of the day is the Windows blackout versus China's efforts for IPR protection. With me in the studio, once again, we have a strong panel of three lawyers. I'm sure we will introduce them right now. Mr. Edward Lehman with Lehman, Lee & Shi, and Luca Lu with the Capital Associates PRC lawyer. And we will also have Mr. Shi Yusheng, partner with King & Wood. Just now, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about some of the focal points revolving in this specific case. One of the other questions that many people ask is, should Microsoft targeting at individual consumers, or should Microsoft targeting at those who are making fake products, fake softwares of their own products? What do you think should be the purpose?
Well, I mean, absolutely, they should be trying to target those folks that are involved in making it. I mean, it's a heck of a lot more economically efficient to try to stop it at that point in time, which is what they've tried to in the past. But the other thing is that there are many individual consumers that don't know that they're purchasing pirated software, perhaps, and then this is a way to let them know. And then, as Michael Lin said, have a possibility to get authentic software if they thought they had bought authentic software. So. Yeah, I mean, it should target the people who are installing it, and I know there's been some measures made to install this in computers and the legitimate software and do it at that point in time.
But are you sure that a lot of people who have purchased the fake Microsoft software product would not know it, or mainly it was the group who have purchased it on purpose, the fake or pirated products, because it is so much cheaper?
Yeah, I think it could be, but coming back to this, action that Microsoft is taking, I would like to ask the question, what's the purpose of verification, right? If it's only verification, basically what you need to do is that you need to tell people it's a fake or it's genuine, because you are targeting the people who do not know about it. If people know for sure it's a fake product, they will not do the verification, right? And why do you need to do, the blackening of the screen? That's really, it's puzzling me.
It is too much, you consider it?
Correct.
Or rather a threat, or what?
Well, yeah, it sounds like a threat.
Or a shame,
also,
or?
It's a shame. It's not always like a crime. There's a crime in the past. It's not. You do not only put a crime into a criminal into the prison, but also put a sign. This is a criminal. This is like shaming people. It's no longer allowed.
Interesting. You're talking about the psychological part. Next, let's talk about the economic part. Mr. Shi, just now I mentioned about the price of the software, which many say having the reason why they're going to the pirated product. It's always wrong to go to the pirated product first of all. But do you think, is there any factor of the price here?
Actually, it's a economic issue rather than a legal issue. The price is a consideration for many people. I believe that the operators doing business in China has, already taken consideration of the price issue. But on the other hand, the price must, reflect the necessary cost for the makers to develop and manufacture the product. By the economic return of their production cost, the maker can invest further in the development of further products and create better products. And after that, the users, the customer, can also benefit from such better products.
But is it an economic issue? The answer is yes. But is it also a legal issue? The answer is also yes.
Yeah.
Meaning that there is this monopolistic behavior on behalf of Microsoft, and I believe under Chinese new anti-monopoly laws it is. And they have a majority, and they are acting probably in an improper way, using their advantages to run other people out of the market. Remember, Microsoft is convicted of anti-monopolistic behaviors in the United States. There's no dispute about that. And the reason they haven't been convicted here or haven't been gone through the process here is because we didn't have an anti-monopoly law until just very recently. And so, no, I believe the pricing issue is an economic issue, but there's no question that they're taking advantage of their position in the market to be able to make the pricing very different and very difficult.
It's very interesting that you mentioned that point, because there has been some response, official response even, from China's State Administration of Patent Protection here in this country, saying that on the one hand they understand all the protection measures taken by different companies on the IPR protection. However, the spokesperson also emphasized the method have to be taken care of. It will be the right one. So it brings us really to an interesting question. We see multinationals here are being bashed at least complained by some multinationals. They are being bashed here. But the focal point, what exactly is it, Luca? Is it about the Chinese easily go to issues with multinationals, or is it about a very difficult way right now to find solutions to some of the most difficult questions that we have right now? For example, the IPR protection.
Yeah, well, I think that it's been an issue for a while. I think right now we have the anti-monopoly law, the antitrust law, which come, on board. Where for Chinese people, I think they have been felt in the past that the positioning of price has been very high. And I also heard, which I didn't verify, is that some of the product actually they're selling much higher price in China and in the U.S. and some other places. Some of them, they in a way is actually free, but in China they still charge a high price, and they also afraid that it seems like it's going higher and higher. So there are a lot of feeling around it.
When legal framework are being perfected, it's not just the multinationals or the Chinese companies going to benefit separately, but everybody is going to benefit. One of the examples is that right now Microsoft is being sued by some Chinese companies, Mr. Shi, for IPR infringement as well, by using some of the technology that they claim has been created by themselves, and yet Microsoft did not pay for it. How do you see this interaction in a way? A very complicated situation right now, and yet very exciting situation.
Actually, it's a market economy. Everything can happen. You have right to sue somebody, and of course, it could be possible that you are sued by others. So everybody has a right to safeguard their rights. So that is, nothing strange.
Yeah, I think it's been widely accepted. IPR is not just for multinational company or just for foreign investment companies.
Right.
With more and more Chinese having their own IPRs, it's also a protection for Chinese companies. There's a huge demand for protecting the IPR of Chinese companies.
Michael Lin from Microsoft in the early program have already said that they recognize the efforts from the Chinese government for the IPR protection over the past few years, but certainly all of you understand, since you've been working very intensively on this subject in your years of career with the law profession, that there has been so much difficulty. The pricing is one thing, the psychology is one thing, and the understanding of the importance of using the genuine product is another thing. And there are many other factors. Given such a complicated situation, what is the best way really to move ahead?
Well, yeah, again, I think different solutions for different things. I think number one, intellectual property rights, I think Microsoft is proceeding in the best way possible economically for them. Okay, issue number two is public security issues. Is it good that China and Chinese government offices and schools and other things are dependent upon Microsoft or those products? The answer is maybe not. And so then the public security and the government has to step in and say this is probably not the best way forward, so we should develop local Chinese products. The third thing is this anti-monopoly situation. Is the pricing off? It probably is off compared to being a developing country. And so then we should take steps the government should take steps to be able to break up this monopolistic behavior. So monopolies can be good, monopolies can be bad. We have it in the tobacco industry here in China, we have it in railroads, we have it in other things.
Yeah, but on the other hand, to develop China's own software and occupy such a huge market as Microsoft can today in China will be a huge task, isn't it?
That's right, correct. But the thing is that you have to, I think, first of all, from the legal environmental point of view, you have to give a kind of free competition. You have to give the environment. You have to give the legal protection for people to have a free competition. That's very important.
Certainly.
Actually, I feel this issue has nothing to do with monopoly, perhaps. The monopoly is aimed to handle the free competition in the market. But here, what Microsoft has done is just purely, protect their legal rights over the software. And as a matter of fact, I heard a recent report from media that this has caused some decrease other than increase of the share of the market.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shi Yusheng, Luca Lu, and Edward Lehman for all your inputs and your insights. The reason we are doing this specific edition of program is not targeting any specific company, but rather this is a very important and influential case, possibly in China's way of IPR protection. I'm Tian Wei in Beijing. Thank you for being with us, and bye for now.